There's a Juneteenth ice cream.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, so in honor of Juneteenth, Walmart, here I'll read the article from CNN. So Walmart apologizes for selling Juneteenth ice cream. The
Go for
company
it.
is apologizing for selling Celebration Edition Juneteenth ice cream under its Great Value label. The branding sparked a backlash with many people on social media. Quote, share and celebrate African American culture, emancipation, and enduring hope. The label on the red velvet flavored ice cream read. Let me read a couple
Red
more.
velvet. Do all black people like red velvet?
I like red velvet.
I love red velvet.
It's good.
I just didn't know the rest of the black people liked it too.
Quote,
That is a kind of an assumption to be like, hey, velvet.
Juneteenth holiday marks a celebration of freedom and independence, a Walmart spokesperson said in a statement. However, we received feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. We are reviewing our assortment and will remove items as appropriate. Other Juneteenth-themed items that appear to be on sale include party plates, according to a tweet. We actually have a picture of some, I think, wine glasses too. Click on that real quick to show those.
I bet you I
see?
could probably get that.
Okay, Happy Juneteenth, Freedom Day, celebrate Juneteenth, and the continent of Africa.
Question about the continent of Africa.
Thank you, because I had a question too about that one.
Can you go back to the ice cream picture? Share and celebrate African American culture. Can you go back? That's the continent of Africa, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Looks like it.
Wouldn't the country be America?
Yeah, they should probably make it America. But I get what they're trying to aim at.
That's the
just,
problem. See,
yeah.
when people are trying not to be racist, they reveal what they actually think of the race, which is scary sometimes. So you have to be comfortable with what you think you think you're not implying something by doing this, but you're actually doing the opposite of what you're doing. So you just have to be careful, because if you're that type of thinker who thinks you're trying to be sensitive about people's feelings and stuff, then you end up saying, oh, all niggas like red velvet cake ice cream and they like to drink wine.
Can I make a point that I probably shouldn't make, but that's from like something you showed me that I thought was surprising. I didn't know was a thing, which was there's a difference between African Americans and Africans.
Yeah, there
For
is.
sure, man. There's a difference even between like me, who's Mexican American, and actual Mexicans.
Like,
So wouldn't that show that whoever was in charge of this marketing idea? I'm trying to think.
I
how
mean, it just shows like, you know, capitalistic pandering. That's
Yep.
how I can kind of explain it.
and a rush too, because like
I was trying to get to a point of ignorance, but I wasn't trying to be too like.
so what so if they're trying to say Africa, right?
Because
like,
honestly,
there's so
because
many
I didn't
things-
know that was a thing either. Because until you showed me, literally, we had a bar one time, and like the guy was at the bar was I think African, I don't remember where, and he was obviously treating you a little differently. You're like, this guy's blah blah, and I was like, no way. And you're like, watch, and you go up to the guy, you speak Yoruba to him, and he was like, oh, and started like addressing you now, and suddenly you were sitting there getting service and drinks just like whenever you wanted, and it was like. I was like, "What the heck happened?" It was like he thought I was a typical African American. I had to show him, "No, I'm African. I'm Nigerian."
Yeah, but like it's just a cultural difference. Whereas we still grow up, any like person who's Nigerian or African, most of their experiences are going to be the same experience as an African American would have in that area wherever they're growing up. You know what I'm saying? But in the home is where things may be a little bit different. Just in the home. Whereas like what your parents instill in you, like just the way you talk, like even just speaking another language, just from that alone, you know what I'm saying? Or even not even speaking and understanding another language, just from that alone, it's a lot different than just the average American. Forget skin tone, American upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Because most American homes are, I mean now it's growing, but most American homes are single language homes. So it's different, but it's not bad because if you're appealing to their roots, you're saying, you know, the roots are African. I get it. But then you put red velvet ice cream. So what would the red be? The blood that was shed?
This guy.
Like what?
This guy.
Like where was who did not think?
Now I need to know if it's generalized among
Also,
African
I
Americans.
want a
like red
pint.
velvet, because I need to know that. Is that a
I
stereotype
need a
that we don't know
pint.
about?
Now I can't buy it. And now I'm upset because now they've done this thing, which was stupid, but the flavor sounded fantastic.
So if the colors were
Red
so
velvet
obviously
cake
an
ice
appeal
cream?
to
Put me
Africa
down.
and the continent of Africa, let's say it was like actually red, white, and blue in America there instead, would this still be controversial?
If what?
Instead
Yeah,
of the
man,
instead of
honestly,
the African colors and then the African continent on there, it says American continent and then the like red, white, and blue, would this still be controversial? And then
I don't think they could have done anything right, to tell you the truth, because I think, remember I was telling you guys last time, which is like the paradox of like interaction with
Yeah.
race in our country. if they hadn't done anything for Juneteenth, people would have been up in arms or mad on Twitter that like this corporation isn't representing them or doing something. And if they did do something, which they did, they there's clearly like issues where they stepped on toes and stuff like that. And this isn't just for like them. I mean, the other thing I saw was an example even for like Mexican American like Heritage Month. I remember they added an emoji on Twitch of sombreros, and people thought that was racist. And I was just like,
I want a sombrero emoji.
Nope.
You can't fucking win, bro.
I agree, but I disagree. I agree, like, yeah, it is a paradox, but you don't have to be smart to be able to maneuver the paradox. Why don't they just do something positive for a black
community,
a business? There's things they can do that can be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? They probably are already doing those things. Why didn't they just highlight those things? When you put exactly,
because it's too simple, I guess, or
exactly. That's the actual problem. Isn't the effort? It's
like an issue. Would it be a similar?
The
example?
sombrero is just too lazy. Like you just hear some Mexicans sombrero. Boom.
So is it fair to say this is similar to my issue with the whole black square thing? Like if people wanted to show support for Black Lives Matter, all you had to do is post a black square. That like my issue is like that's too easy. Anyone can do that. You do really support them? Like what do you do? And people then the whole extreme of posting links and I'm not trying to be say that, but then you said posting black creators, authors, like all that kind of stuff. Like just posting a simple black square. That's why my issue is that I don't want to like suddenly bring that into this conversation. But I'm saying my issue was just like it wasn't enough. It was just easy. Like would that really take all that effort? Yeah, you're trying to pat yourself on the back. Like look at me, I'm a supporter.
It was very simple. It was. I don't like when it's positioned like that because like I said, I posted information. Everybody that I was following posted information. If I seen people posting just the black square, I kind of did end up unfollowing them. But like if you posted,
because what if they did this and from the money they got from this, they promised to pledge it, Amber Heard, pledge it to some kind of donation? Then
I would say they're minimizing the amount of money they could donate by advertising it like this, because there are people who would avoid this bottle.
So then my other question is, would that still apply if they did red, white, and blue with the American? Like, or is it
Do
just
you think a black person came up with this idea? This podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta, Georgia area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, your bedroom, your dining room, and they even have customizable blinds for your kids. You can put their favorite superhero or princesses on there. If you use our promo code FDT, our audience gets 10% off their first purchase. You're welcome. You can find them on their Facebook page at Angel Blinds or hit them up on Instagram at angels_blinds. Get at them. Cool. Bing bong.
Honestly, no, I don't.
I don't know. To ask. I mean, honestly, I feel like if the backlash was bad enough, then I think they probably were like, well, yeah, I mean, it was proved by
Eddie was walking by. He didn't say nothing.
Black people, I would assume they do that, but it's gotten, in my opinion, it's gotten to a weird position where like you just can't make anybody happy.
No, you can't. You can't make everybody happy. But a bad attempt is this. This is a poor attempt. I'm not even saying it's racist. I don't even think it's. I just think it's
just
when
ignorance.
people reveal stuff like that.
That's why I know this person. That's why I know this person probably wasn't black, was because I would assume, maybe ignorantly assume, that even if you're African American, you probably interact with Africans, and you would probably know that Africans don't like being associated with African Americans.
No, that's not true.
But when I say that, I'm not trying to make it into like it's a point of just to talk shit. Like if you're shooting the shit, and some guy who's like an American and not African makes some kind of comment, the joke probably would be like, "Yeah, but I'm African," and then you would do like a little flex.
Oh, okay,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
People actually do that too.
Yeah,
but they're 100%. aware of like you guys distinguish yourselves from us.
100%.
Like there's a distinguishment. Whether I'm not trying to say it's negative, it could be negative or positive.
I get you.
But it's there. You're aware of it.
Yeah, we want our cultures respected.
And that's why this person couldn't have been black, because they'd have been aware of that and knows like they would receive this.
Horribly.
Exactly.
100%.
So this had to have been someone who's white who doesn't understand that there is that distinguishing factor between African Americans and actual Africans.
Like just a map.
I think if they would have put,
the
U.S. continent, people would have been upset about that.
100%.
Why'd you put the U.S. continent? Like we're.
But I see we're nitpicking.
Yeah, we are.
But we're nitpicking at the point, at a lower point on the totem when the bottle shouldn't exist. Is the whole thing.
I guess at the end of the day,
the whole thing shouldn't exist. It's just a poor choice. You put it on liquor and ice cream and paper plates. No fine china, no glassware. You just put it on the paper plate.
No, it's for celebration.
Like,
Cake for celebration, ice cream celebration, wine
Bunch of
celebration,
plates, I
plates.
guess.
A bunch of shit that's disposable,
just
so
have
when
like
the
a-
fucking month is over, they can throw it all in the trash at one time and keep it pushing. It's just, to me, it's just, I hate when I see like the only word I can use is overly liberal shit like this. Like, I just don't like it's bad acting. This is bad acting. I equate this to bad acting.
They do this with like 4th of July, so it doesn't bother me that like they're doing it at least for like paper plates with like, you know, a family wants to celebrate Juneteenth.
But this
they just have, like,
excludes
things like
people. And they know that. And there's see, that's the thing. It's not fair because we can't say Juneteenth is like every holiday when it just became a holiday last year. So first off,
That's the point you always say. There's a growth period, acclimation period.
Acclimation period.
Growing pains.
And people don't. There's a lot of people who just don't respect the holiday. I won't say why, but there's a lot of people who just don't respect the holiday. So obviously, the holiday it's within itself is received as exclusionary. It's not received as, oh, other races should also celebrate this month or this day. It's seen as this is just a day for those people to celebrate themselves. That's the sentiment behind this holiday. So we can't pretend like it's every holiday, like July 4th, when every other culture celebrates every other American holiday. You get what I'm saying? But there are certain holidays where it's just for those people. And I'm not saying those people are just black people. I'm saying whatever the demographic is. So like, it's different when you're exactly. So to put like this in the forefront is like, it's just really weird, really just poor taste. Poor taste. And the funny thing is, the people are going to be critical of it. White people will look at it that don't respect the holiday and say, or any race that will look at it that don't respect the holiday and say, y'all doing all this shit for, right? Because they don't feel it, they're not part of it. It's not a celebration for them. So what are you doing this for? Then black people look at this shit like, what are you doing this for? Just don't do that. If you want to make a donation to whatever you feel. If you want to plant trees, if you want to go invest in some TikTok dancers, I don't know, do whatever you want to do, but like, this to me was really lame. But I do want the ice cream.
Do they do this for like Passover or anything like that, like the Jewish
Come on,
holidays?
son.
Like, is there like a
Star David wine bottle?
Wine? Yeah, I actually do wonder that now. I'm about to buy a sombrero bottle.
Nah, because they put it on. They put a star. Exactly, they put a Star of David pita bread or some shit like that. Or all of a sudden they got a new celebration hummus. What type of shit? How would that be received? And they had goddamn what's his name? Y'all lucky. Don't get me started. The nigga that let him out of Egypt on the cover.
You talking about Moses?
Yes.
Oh, that was for Moses.
I was like, what are you, bro? This guy for real talking about Moses?
Speaking of Moses.
Yo, thanks for making it to the end. We really appreciate it and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the notification bell to get notified when we post our clips.
Follow us on Twitter at PodcastFDT. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all fake deep thinking. Check us out, please.
FDT. Peace, y'all.
Peace.